Mutation.
Movie wastes the first 30 seconds making sure we understand what mutants are.
I mean,
imagine
you
the
need
carnage that could have been avoided if only Oscar Schindler had sold that f***ing ring and used the money to save Eric Lyncher.
And I come back to you now. At the turn of the tide.
Wolverine is a skeleton made of adamantium. This guy punches Wolverine in the face numerous times without breaking his hand, and then all of a sudden, every time Wolverine punches and headbutts this dude, we hear a metallic clank. The TV was silent until the story called for the characters to hear what it was saying. Wolverine has the ability to smell others when they're near, but completely misses Rogue sneaking onto the cart at the back of the trailer. Yet he can totally hear some bullshit movement on the trailer while the car is on the road that makes him instantly suspicious.
I saved your life.
The producers of True Blood later saw this and said, yes, this is exactly the fake Southern accent we want.
You know, you should wear your seatbelt.
Arguing about auto safety when the car accident happens cliche. So we find out later that Sabretooth was here to kidnap Rogue, but how does Magneto know to send Sabretooth here? Like, he doesn't have Cerebro to locate mutants.
That's true.
Rogue was a stowaway on Wolverine's trailer. Wolverine pretty much drives place to place without any real direction. In fact, the very idea that he could find Rogue in Canada at all is amazing. This is one of the best wild guesses in the history of film. Now, where the f did these assholes come from? I guess Magneto is supposed to be so powerful that he could devote part of his mind to constantly controlling these desk toy cookie balls, but even if you could, why would you? Sabretooth had neither the time nor the opportunity to take these dog tags from Wolverine.
This is Scott Summers, also called Cyclops.
I wonder how many times Patrick Stewart accidentally called Cyclops Geordie during the filming of this movie.
The students are mostly runaways, frightened, alone.
And with ridiculous haircuts. Assuming you can kidnap and impersonate the pilot and the senator's aide, is the military not able to track where senators' helicopters go? Why is the girl who kills people when she touches them about to touch Logan? The way Magneto creates this bridge is cool, but it seems a bit unsafe walking across the bridge before it's even completed. Miss one tile and you're dead. Why did Magneto's powers turn Senator Kelly into Mr. Fantastic?
You should go.
How does Mystique impersonate a kid on the grounds of the f***ing school with super mind-reading powers Professor X on campus? I mean, it makes sense that he doesn't go poking around in people's minds all day, but he can't detect when a new brain enters a school?
Why don't you just use it to find Magneto?
I've been trying, but he seems to have found some way to shield himself from it.
Yeah, but why can't Xavier find Sabretooth, Toad, or Mystique when they wander around outside of Magneto's fortress? Sabretooth was just hanging out in Canada with no metal helmet or anything. It would have been nice for Xavier to use Cerebro then, because Sabretooth went straight back to the lair.
Storm, Cyclops, find it.
Storm and Cyclops take off and go to the vehicle room, leaving Wolverine behind, but somehow he already has Cyclops' motorcycle and has already left the mansion before Cyclops realizes it.
Where's my motorcycle?
I wish I had that cliché. I suppose the professor can't mind read that Mystique is doing all this shit either, right? I mean, these are the same halls where he was playing around in Logan's mind earlier. Why doesn't Xavier's mind pick up a disturbance of the Force or something? Green is bad.
Disturbance of the Force.
Did the tiny frog mutant just completely compress another human being flat to the ground by jumping on him?
You actually go outside in these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Haha, comic book inside joke. Mutant or not, it's a terrible idea to leave an
Gave it a
entire
sin.
boarding school full of children completely without adult supervision.
That's true.
Sounds like a storm's coming.
Oh, really? What was your first clue? Cyclops has no idea what the substance is that Toad trapped on Jean's face, so how does he know what sensitivity level to set his visor to in order to destroy the mysterious substance of unknown makeup but not injure her face? One of the most visible landmarks in the world, and no one notices all this commotion at the Statue of Liberty.
This is true.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck
I
by
knew
lightning?
this was coming.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
I know she's a mutant, but damn. That's all the blood that these 3 super deep stab wounds are going to produce? Sabretooth throws Wolverine up in the air and is somehow able to slow down his momentum in mid-flight.
Jean, use your power. Try to steady him.
Hang on to something.
Wait just a damn minute. In the previous scene when they were all fighting in the gift shop, Jean literally used her powers to hover the enemy in the air and But now when they need to hover up someone to the torch, they have to use Storm's wind, and Jean only providing steadying support? Oh sure, when Logan touched Rogue, he was knocked out cold and woke up hours later in a bed, but when Magneto does it, he has full use of his powers back in 30 seconds. Magneto's plan is to change all the world's politicians into mutants so they won't pass an anti-mutant law, but it's pretty hard to believe that everyone would become a closet mutant after this, or that no one would report the strange, huge blue force field that crashed the largest single gathering of world leaders in history in one of the largest cities of the world. No one else who watches this broadcast notices Senator Kelly's weird yellow eyes.
Doesn't ever wake
No
in the
one.
middle of the night. The feeling that someday they will pass that foolish law.
Seriously, Magneto's worries are pretty stupid. It's pretty clear how that whole humans versus mutants war would go if they ever passed some dumb law.
Whatever you do, don't hit him in the balls.
Mutation. It is the key to our evolution. It
Star
has
Trek.
enabled us to evolve from a single-celled organism into the dominant species on the planet. This process is slow, normally taking thousands and thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
Wait, hold on. Which one is that? No. I'm gonna guess that because this was an early CinemaSins, that the sins made more sense because these were actual like plot holes or issues with the script that he points out instead of just like nitpicky stuff. Because some of his stuff is nitpicky. I still find it funny, but it is pretty nitpicky. But this I could tell is like more on point. So let me know if I'm right, because it seems you guys are saying the early ones were a lot better than the most recent ones. And I don't know, I still haven't like seen that yet or figured it out. I mean, I see some of the differences, but they're all still funny to me. So far, this one was great though. This one was great. And we'll do some more Everything Wrong With as far as X-Men movies. But let's get on to the Honest trailer, which is the whole trilogy. That's all they did. We'll watch that one, then we'll get to the pitch meeting last. But let's check out the Honest trailer now.
You've seen the prequels, sequels, and spin-offs. But before you see the prequel, sequel, hybrid reboot, revisit the triquel that started it all.
Triquel.
The X-Men trilogy. In a world where people cheer for superheroes like the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and Spider-Man, those same people will inexplicably hate the X-Men.
Get out of my bar.
Inexplicably.
Because for some reason there's a difference between superpowers and mutant powers. I guess.
No, yeah, I guess.
Suit up for director Bryan Singer's first 2 X-Men films that proved comic book movies can be awesome. And director Brett Ratner's The Last Stand that proved comic book movies can totally suck balls. Recoil as the spoiled hack douchebag takes the reins of the beloved franchise, only to kill off your favorite characters, leave out your favorite characters, and depower your favorite characters.
Yeah.
I had to.
All while completely butchering the Phoenix Saga, a storyline so iconic, even the cartoon did it justice.
Thank you.
Scott, please do it.
I can't.
It's still
But
good
don't
too.
worry, they're sending Wolverine back in time to make sure Brett Ratner never happened. Meet Professor X, the Dumbledore of Xavier's school for
Dumbledore.
witchcraft and wizardry. It's basically ITT tech for weirdos. Suit up with his best students, the X-Men, leather fetish versions of the popular comic book characters. There's Wolverine, a man with a mysterious past that must have included a lot of steroids. Cyclops, a bratty crybaby who's only there to solve Wolverine's game.
Stay away from my girl.
Rogue, who gets the crappy no-touching part of her powers, but not flight or super strength.
Nope.
Storm, who can control the variations of the weather, but not her bad African accent.
At least I've chosen a side. Hank, tell all the students the school stays open.
Gambit. And Jean Grey, whose Phoenix energy is released through the power of stairs.
Here we go. All right. It's been a while since we had a stair montage in the Honest trailer. Reaction, at least. That was all she did. Oh.
They'll team up against Magneto,
Such a
a
sad
Holocaust
scene.
survivor who basically becomes Hitler.
We are the cure.
Yeah,
A walking internet meme.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
And his Navi psychic Mystique. Wait, is she naked? She's totally naked, right? Man, somebody got to paint that on her boobs to make them, you know, blues. I am so lonely. Watch as all mutant kind must band together to defeat evil government officials out to prove that mutants are dangerous, which they totally are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they do a lot of damage. Yep. Yeah.
Find all the humans. Kill them. Every single one of the humans.
Ugh, jeez. Starring Melisandre, Oculus Rift, Twinks, Suki, Ron Paul, Logan Valjean, Rebecca Romijn, Harry Blues, and Timmy. The X-Men trilogy. So they couldn't find room for Gambit, Psylocke, or Cable, but they managed to fit in Hornman, Slim Fast, and the Bad Hugger. Ugh.
Yeah, that was a good starring section. I like the, obviously, we know John, was it John Valjean? I haven't actually seen the film with Hugh Jackman, but I get that one. Timmy got it. That just killed me. Because I'm a big South Park fan, and so that was pretty good. Slow start for the Honest Trailer, but it picked up as it went. And again, it's talking about all three movies, so I think they did a good job kind of condensing it, which is cool. So we're going to talk about all these, but we're going to do the pitch meeting in a moment. First off, want to give a big shout out to my hyper crew: Brian Tidwell, Steve-O, Slepnear, K6013, Dash Milliner, Daniel Lopez, Jonathan Cedarland, and Kratos. Thank you guys so much for being a part of that crew. To all my members and my subscribers, thanks so much for watching these videos every day, commenting in the comment section, and support the channel, whether it's hitting that subscribe button or support the channel monetarily. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Now let's get on to the pitch meeting.
So you have a superhero movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. Superhero movies are so much fun. Oh yeah, super fun. So this one starts in a Nazi concentration camp in World War II. Oh my god, yeah, and that's when we're going to be introduced to the movie's villain Magneto when he was a kid. What's Magneto's deal? He controls metal and he's super powerful. Oh yeah? Yeah, he's so powerful that he has a Newton's cradle in his office, but it's just metal balls that he's controlling with his mind. Why? What do you mean why? Like, why is he doing that? Who's he doing that for? I guess for whoever walks into his office, you know, they'll be like, oh, look at those things go. I shouldn't mess with this guy. Seems extremely unnecessary for him to do that, but I imagine it's gonna look cool. Oh yeah, if I'm being honest, that's the only reason that's gonna be in here. That's the only reason that really matters. So yeah, Magneto's whole thing is that he thinks that mutants are far superior to humans. So tell me a little more about mutants. Like, what's their deal? Oh, well, basically mutants start developing their superpowers around puberty. Oh wow, then I think I might actually be a mutant. No idea what you're talking about. When I hit puberty, I developed the superpower to speak in a lower voice forever. That's not a superpower you developed around puberty. That is puberty. I'm a hero. Well, okay, sir. So anyway, we're gonna meet this young mutant named Rogue, who's just discovering her powers. Oh, what are her powers? She got a deep voice? Basically, if she touches somebody, she absorbs their essence and powers and whatnot, so if you touch her, you die. Oh, I think my wife might have something like that. Are you saying that your wife has mutant abilities? Well, she must, because last night I wanted to get a little intimate, and she was like, if you touch me, I'll kill you. I don't think that's a mutant power. I think that's your wife despising you. Oh yeah, she does hate me. That makes a lot more sense. So anyway, Rogue is gonna run away to Canada and meet this dude Wolverine. And what's his deal? Oh, well, he has crazy healing powers, and his skeleton is plated with a super strong metal called adamantium. Very cool. Yeah, and he's gonna be in a cage match, and every time he throws a punch, you're gonna hear like a metal noise. We're gonna do that every single time he has a fight? We're never gonna do it again, ever. Oh, quickly abandoning things is tight. So anyway, Rogue is gonna sneak onto the back of his trailer, and then they're gonna get ambushed by Magneto's evil henchman, Sabretooth. How did he find them? I don't know. Fair enough. But then these nice mutants, Storm and Cyclops, are gonna jump in and save the day. Well, how did those guys find everybody? Oh, I actually have an answer to that one. See, there's a telepathic dude named Professor X, and he's able to locate mutants using a machine called Cerebro. So why doesn't Professor X use Cerebro to track down Magneto? Well, Magneto has a special helmet thing, so Professor X can't track him or read his mind. Oh, and Magneto made those special helmets for all his henchmen too? No, he's the only one that gets to wear one. So Professor X can just track one of the henchmen and find them all? Well, yeah, but he's not gonna. Why not? Because then the movie's problems would be resolved too quickly.
Very quickly.
Oh, stretching things out is tight. We're also gonna have a really cool scene where Professor X mind controls Sabretooth and grabs Magneto by the throat. So Magneto's definitely gonna get them all helmets after an incident like that, right? No, like I said, he's the only one that gets to wear one. Well, okay then. Anyway, I imagine Professor X is gonna rip off Magneto's helmet using the guy that he's mind controlling. No, he's just gonna grab him by the neck, but he has a golden opportunity to capture Magneto. Yeah, but then the movie's problems would be resolved too quickly. Right, okay, getting real stretchy. We're also gonna have this mutant Mystique who's like a shapeshifter. Oh, how can we tell who she's shapeshifting as? She's gonna flash her eyes yellow whenever she's feeling super evil. Who does she do that for? Us. Gotcha. So anyway, later Magneto's gonna use a machine to activate mutant powers in the senator that hates mutants. Oh, interesting. But the senator's gonna end up getting some water type power, so he just squeezes through his cell bars. Wait, Magneto didn't know what kind of powers he was gonna get? No, or he would have put him in a cell that didn't have bars. So what would have happened if the senator got crazy powers capable of killing Magneto? Exactly. Well, I guess Magneto would have died. Oh, what a massive gamble. Yeah, I guess he got really lucky. Wow. So then Magneto's gonna want to turn a bunch of senators into mutants, so he brings his machine to the Statue of Liberty, and there's gonna be a big final fight, and Storm's gonna fight against this Toad guy. Very exciting. Yeah, and I wanted to make this into a super badass moment to to set her up as a cool character for the sequel, so I had to think of an awesome line for her to say. Was that hard to do? No, it was super easy, barely an inconvenience.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Yeah, I just had her crack a little joke before killing him. Oh, kind of like a John McClane in Die Hard kind of thing. So what's the joke? She's like, do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. and then she hits him with some lightning. So wait, when does the joke happen? That was the joke. The lightning thing? Yeah. That didn't seem like a joke as much as it did just stating facts about lightning. Well, she's a teacher, not a comedian. Cut her some slack. Oh, okay, I guess that excuses the terrible line. Let's hope so. So what do you think of the movie? I like it. Yeah? Yeah, it really feels like something we can make a franchise out of, you know? Something that's ours that nobody could ever take away from us.
All right, there we go. We got 3 videos: CinemaSins, Honest Trailers, Pitch Meeting, all on X-Men. Well, the first one, and then obviously Honest Trailer did all 3. But I like how Honest Trailer did talk about Storm's accent changing, and the other ones didn't talk about that. But they did both talk about, CinemaSins and Pitch Meeting did both talk about the horrible, horrible line she has in the first movie, which is just god awful. So I like how CinemaSins talked about Toad when he pretty much smashes someone by jumping on them. Like, did he really just completely smash a person to a pancake? That's like super comic booky right there. So there's a lot of moments of that. For an early Pitch Meeting, this was actually really, really good. I'm surprised. Ryan George and Screen Rant pretty much did all of the X-Men ones around the same time, I believe, like 2 years ago. So funny stuff overall. I like how Pitch Meeting and CinemaSins had some of the same jokes, but like different variations on them, which was really good. So they both talk about how Wolverine could punch somebody and you would hear the metal clanking sound, but didn't always happen throughout the movie. I like how both talked about the line, obviously, from Storm, like I said earlier. Very, very funny. Also how Magneto could have made helmets for all of his henchmen, but he doesn't, just him, and that could have been a really quick way to solve the movie. But I guess Professor X wasn't thinking about that. I like how you got a lot of the same jokes in really most of these videos, but especially between CinemaSins and Pitch Meeting, but they have variations on it that make them feel fresh and different. I like that, it's really good. Time to choose though, which one wins? Obviously a little bit different because the Honest Trailer did all 3 movies while the Pitch Meeting and CinemaSins did the first movie, but you know, a little bit different, but we can still vote. Which one did you prefer, Pitch Meeting, Honest Trailer, or CinemaSins? Now, CinemaSins and Pitch Meeting will go head-to-head for X2, X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand, so look for those videos coming up pretty soon. But let me know in the comments which one was your favorite of these 3 videos. Which one did you prefer? Which one made you laugh more? Which one gave you a chuckle, a little belly laugh? Let me know in the comments below. If you're still here, hit that like button. It does help out the channel, helps me know exactly what you guys want to see more of, and it helps more people see the video. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. You can also check our most popular videos on the channel and our most recent reaction as well. If you've seen all that, then I'll be waiting in the comments for you guys to talk about X-Men and these 3 videos. I think they're pretty funny. I had some good laughs. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, take a break, turn the screen off, or go watch something else. I will be here. I'll see you in the next video. Overall, I really just hope that you guys have a great and wonderful day. See you later.